education courses and Doctor of Philosophy degree programs. All these programs are recognized internationally. More precisely, our graduates do not encounter any difficulties in securing employment in any educational jurisdictions worldwide. And I mean worldwide. We have many of our students, many of our colleagues who are teaching in South Africa. I've personally taught some of them, professors of education in South Africa. We have colleagues who are teaching also in the USA, professors of education, but teaching also in the USA. Currently, many of us are also exploring positions in the Eastern region, China, Japan, because we want to build a community of scholars in education worldwide. So we are a world-class group of scholars, and they look very simple, but hapa, we, sio mchezo. Pwani University has sufficient human and physical resources to train competitive scholars and professionals in educational studies. The School of Education has a strong teaching, research, and technical workforce, which is ably coordinated by the Dean of the school and assisted by her departmental heads, whom I've introduced here. We have a powerful research teams for postgraduate studies, together with world-class educationists who are well-versed with emerging developments in educational studies. I'm a philosopher of education myself, and I've also taken my own studies in curriculum studies, but with an emphasis in philosophy of education. We are also policy analysts in our department, and we offer policy analysis in educational programs at postgraduate level. Now, our postgraduate programs, masters and doctorates, have attracted international scholars. We have successfully produced world-class graduates and scholars from the rest of Africa. Recently, the most recent scholar we have trained in our School of Education is now teaching in Nigeria. She was a student who had been sponsored by her government to come and study here at Pwani. So we teach our students from all over the world. We just graduated a PhD student from Nigeria. We offer degrees in educational specializations which have a rich blend of science, arts, and technology. That is, we not only cover and provide educational studies in our curriculum, but we also blend it with arts and sciences and technology. The end product is a scholar with enormous potential in holistic academic experience, excellence, and creativity. Now, welcome to the School of Education, where every student counts. Every student, and we mean it. Every student in the School of Education counts. And we appreciate your joining our school. We value you, and we hope we will be very productive in our dissemination of knowledge. So to us, every student counts. Whether you are an undergraduate or a postgraduate, every student counts. We value your choice of a lifelong career in education, and we hope to provide an excellent academic and social environment for your excellent performance and career development. Welcome to the School of Education, where everyone matters. Feel free to interact with us in lecture halls, in our departments, in our offices, in our research assignments, and visit us in our offices as well. You are welcome. Karibu sana, School of Education. Now, before I welcome the CODs, I would like to introduce these scholars here. At the end, can you stand up, Mwalimu? We have Dr. Malichwanzi. He has a very long name. It's a very long name and a very small body. Lakini yako na akili timamu kabisa. Now he's also in charge of our examinations. He's the School of Education Examinations Officer. And Dr. Malichwanzi, we value you in the school and you know it. Thank you very much. The next one is, I want to refer to him as Dr. Omoro. Well, he's working on his PhD, and very soon he's going to finish. But we already call him Dr. Omoro because he's a brilliant chap. He teaches agriculture and extension. Am I correct, Mwalimu? Agricultural education. Thank you very much, Dr. Omoro. The next one is also Dr. Kamanja. He's also working hard on his PhD, and I'm calling them doctors. I'm referring to them as doctors so that they can work harder and get them. They're actually scholars that we respect. Dr. Kamanja. And then we have Musa Yeya. He's a specialist in educational administration, and very soon he's also graduating with his PhD. And now we have Dr. Namasaka. Dr. Frederick Namasaka is a specialist in curriculum instruction and educational technology, and he's also a COD. I'll give him a chance to talk later. We have Dr. Mary Jebi and Dr. Susan Murage. Now, I want to give this chance to Dr. Susan Murage to set us on stage because we want to release her to go to the other room. Welcome, Dr. Ri.
Thank you, Dr. Ruto. As you have heard, my name is Dr. Susan Murage. I'm in charge of a department known as Education, Administration, Economics, and Planning. And I have two members of my department. Dr. Joseph Malichwanzi is a member of my department, and Dr. Musa Yeya is also a member of my department. Now, I want to welcome you to the School of Education and congratulate you. For you to have come to Pwani, that means that you did well in your KCSE exams, you passed, and that is why you are here. So I want to congratulate you to Pwani University. This is a great university. As you continue staying, you'll find that this is a university where we have a very good environment for learning. Remember, education is an opportunity. So when you are here, focus on your education. We've lost a lot of our students in this environment, and we are tired of losing them. So we don't want to lose any one of you in this environment. So you'll be told the Dean of Students will tell you the dangers that are around this environment. They are there. But again, there are opportunities. So I want you to focus on the opportunities that are around you and focus on your education because that is what brought you here. So education is an opportunity. Remember, we come from different backgrounds. Okay? We come from different backgrounds. And sometimes our backgrounds do not determine our future. This is an opportunity now to change your future. Okay? This is an opportunity to change your future. Okay? Make sure that you use the opportunity so that you can be a resource not only to this environment but also to the communities where you come from. Okay? You can give at the end of this, at the end of your education, I want you to go back to your communities and help your communities. That is one. Number two is that that a long journey starts with a few steps. Now your steps have begun. These are your first steps. And it will be a joyful journey that will ensure that you will be able to achieve your dreams. And I'm sure each one of you here has their dreams. And I pray to God that you will be successful and that you'll be able to achieve your dreams. Number two, I wish you all the best and also pray that you'll get God's blessing for your future and all that you endeavor to do. Now, in Kenya today, everybody, a majority of the people, 60% of the population of the youth have their first degree. Please don't just be comfortable with having your first degree. Make sure that you do well in your studies so that you're not contented with just getting your first degree. Okay? And remember, for you to be able to continue and do your master's degree, you need to get a B and above. So you have to start working hard. If you fail, now you lose an opportunity if you want to continue with your studies. And I'm urging all of you that don't be contented with just having your first degree. Very many people have their first degrees. What will make you unique is by adding more degrees, more knowledge, so that you become a specialist in your area. We want you to be specialist in your area. Your first degree is education science or education arts. But you can specialize. You can do masters in education administration. You can do masters in psychology. You can do masters in economics. You can do masters in planning. So there's an opportunity, wide areas of opportunities for you to specialize in different areas. So work hard, work smart. Work hard, work smart, so that you're able to achieve, you're able to get good grades, and these good grades will now propel you now to continue with the specializations that you want to achieve. Okay, now to finish off, as I said, there are a lot of opportunities in this university, and the surrounding areas, there are a lot of opportunities. So make sure that you are able to grab the opportunities that surround you, and you are able to achieve all what that you want to achieve. The opportunities are there. Thank you very much. I wish you a nice stay in this university. Stay well, relate well, have your friends, and I wish you all the best. With God's blessing, you'll be able to achieve everything that you want to achieve. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Morage. Musaya, do you have anything to say? Yes, come. Because of the camera. Okay.
Good afternoon. All right, Dr. Susan is the chair of our department, and she has already talked to you. And I just want to add a few things. I want to start by welcoming you to Pwani University. Some of us are proud of where we came from, and I also want you to be proud of where you are coming from. This is Pwani University. So whenever you talk about Pwani because you love it. And I want to address the teachers. I'm a teacher from the air to the toe. And I love the job. I have no regrets about this job. It has taken me very far. And whether you are a teacher by choice or by what? By default. I want you to settle down and decide, because there'll be no time to waste. Some people come to join education because they were called to do education because they failed to go to train in the areas they wanted. So you found yourself in the education, Dr. Ruto Sinikweli. When we reported the university those years, Professor Sifuna would always tell us, if you think you want to be rich, not in this profession, go elsewhere. But I'm saying, even teaching, nobody suffers. Hakuna mtu anakufa na njaa kwa sababu ni mwalimu. Mimi na miaka yangu nimefundisha miaka 35 na sija kufa na njaa. Mambo yangu yote nimeweza kuyatimiza, wakati huo watoto wangu nimewasomesha na kazi hii. Kwa hivyo I want you to decide, are you a teacher or you are not? And therefore, if you so choose that you are a teacher, settle down and work. And you have been told to work smart. But again, a teacher is the image. It's not the name. It is the image that you portray. And when I come to class and I see you because you have registered to do education, you are a teacher, I want to see a teacher in you. Hii maneno wa mwanamume amesonga vijinywele hapa, tena anajiita ni mwalimu, mimi huwa sipendi. Tena sipendi sana. So if you want to do this course as a teacher, we want to see that image of a teacher. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Musa Yeya. I want to tell you, teaching profession, when you take a BA degree, your destiny is not just teaching, by the way. And I'm an example of it. Now, I have a BEd, I have an MEd, and I have a PhD in education. Now, I have taught in many places, but I have also been a politician. So you can join anywhere. By the way, who are those students who come from Kericho? Anybody from Kericho? Good. Anybody from Kipkelion? Yes. I was an MP for Kipkelion in the 9th Parliament. So I've been in many things. So you can be anything. A BEd program is a wonderful program. Wonderful program. So don't be cheated that ukienda BEd unakuwa mwalimu. There are so many opportunities. So many opportunities. In fact, most of the administrators, for example, VCs, vice chancellors, DVCs in many universities in this country are people with BEd. And I assure you. So a BEd program is a popular program. If you cannot be employed elsewhere, you can also start your own school. Let me tell you, I also run my own school. I teach here, but I run my own schools. I mean, napata pesa. I can raise over about 3 million in a term. 3M. I've employed so many teachers, given them employment. So you are an entrepreneur with a BEd program. Don't be short-sighted. Get your BEd and focus on a lot of other opportunities, including becoming an entrepreneur in education. You can also become a curriculum developer, and the world is your market. The world is your market. Now, here we have the dean of students with his team. Now, I think the academic division has now finished. We are now moving to the other side. But I want to introduce you to the dean of students, Mr. Juma, and his team. Welcome, Mr. Juma. Yes. So welcome to Pwani, and God bless you.
Thank you. I've just requested Dr. Ruto, as you have heard, is a very experienced person. He was a politician. What he did not tell you, he was also a minister in the government in charge of education. I went to his constituency at one point, and I can tell you he's a very popular person. Keep Kelion, sio? Higher. Sasa, I've asked him if there are any questions that you might have for Dean Dr. Ruto. Like we were doing in the morning, any, by show of hands, anybody ready with a question for the Dean? Remember, this is your Dean now in the School of Education. And I was emphasizing you need to know them. You need to know your dean, and you need to interact with your dean. Any question? Asking for the second time? Hakuna. Ama mnaniambia tutadeal na yeye huko kwa shule. Is that what you are telling me? Okay, then, Dean, then that is okay. You'll meet your students there. For now, he's going on to the other side, and then we continue here with the Dean of Students address. Thank you. Tumpatie another round of clap. Okay, now we start the afternoon session, and we are live on the YouTube and also the Facebook. This is for the benefit of the groups which were not live in the morning, so they are capturing what we are doing now, and we are doing it again with you. Okay, now I'm lost. But we are going now to take you through the welfare part of the orientation. This is the Dean of Students office, and we would like to orient you on the various activities that we have in the office. To set us off, I'd like to usher in Madam Winnie Chege, who is the student counselor, to talk about counseling. Then after that, I'll come very briefly with the general things which you ought to know, and we conclude. I can promise you, I think we should be able to be through before before 4 p.m. Today. So let us put our hands together and welcome Madam Winnie.
Good afternoon, our our Dean of Students, Mr. Juma, and also the ICT team. Thank you so much for this opportunity to speak to our first years. Now, my name, as the Dean of Students has said, is Winnie Chege. I am your student counselor. The student counseling is under the Dean of Students. Now, to begin with, I want to welcome you and to congratulate you. It is a big, big achievement for you to join Pwani University. I know there are so many people that wanted to come to the university, but they were not able to. So I want to congratulate you and to tell you it is a very big achievement. You need to pat yourself on the back if you have not done that. Now, I'm here to talk about mental health. From what is happening in our country, we need to take our mental health very seriously. We have seen, I think the latest is what I saw yesterday in the news, that there is a man that killed his 2 children after his wife refused to give him 150. But as a counselor, I know that was not the issue. The issue was not that the wife refused to give him 150 shillings. It means there has been accumulated anger within that man, and that is why he killed his 2 children, because of that anger that has accumulated over time. So we need to take mental health very seriously. We need to take responsibility for our mental health. We are seeing an increase in mental sickness in a lot of people, both the young and the old. We want to invite you as the counseling section of the Dean of Students office to speak out. There are 3 things I want you to carry with you from this session. Reach out, speak out, and talk out. Whenever you're going through problems and challenges, please don't keep them to yourself. A lot of people are harming themselves and harming others because they are keeping too much inside of themselves. You will have challenges, I can assure you. If you do not have them now, you will have challenges before you finish your 4 or so years in the university. Anytime you have these challenges, please do not suffer alone. Do not just keep quiet and get depressed. Come and talk to us. Apart from me, we have a team of peer counselors. You will identify them with a shirt like the one I'm putting on, but at the back of the shirt it's written peer counselors. We have trained them. They will be able to listen to you in case you would want to talk to the peers. But remember, the student counselor is always ready to listen to you. Now, the student counseling office is in the old administration block. This is the block that is just next to us. Look for your way to room number 9. If you are not sure, you can always ask at the reception where room number 9 or where the counseling office is. I will be available to attend to you every day, Monday to Fridays, from 8 to 5. So in case you have any challenge, in case you need to talk to somebody, just come, feel free to come and talk to me. Counseling is free of charge for all of Pwani University students. So you're not supposed to pay anything, just present yourself. Remember, if you decide to keep too much inside of yourself, you are risking your mental health. There is no need for you to wait until you are at the point where we send you to the psychiatrist. You don't need to ever see a psychiatrist in your life if you learn to speak out and to talk out about your issues. So all I'm asking you is, be brave. Just come and talk. There is no human problem that is shameful. Sometimes people feel ashamed to talk about their problems. But I'm here to tell you that there is no problem that a human being suffers that is shameful to talk about. So take responsibility for your mental health. Some of the issues that you can come to talk about in counseling are stress, depression, addictions. These days, students are addicted to so many things. Some are addicted to pornography. Some are even addicted to the cell phones themselves. Some are addicted to gambling. Others are addicted to masturbation. Others may even be addicted to, I think you can be addicted to anything, alcohol, drugs. In case you are having an addiction, come and we help you to quit the addiction. By the time you are addicted, it means you are enslaved by that particular thing. So anything that has enslaved you and you cannot do without it, we already call that an addiction. In case you have family issues, there are conflicts at home, maybe with your parents or between your parents. In case you suffer any loss of a loved one as you go through your 4 years, come and we will help you with the grief. Any kind of trauma that you are likely to suffer, if you are living with an illness, any broken relationship, any relationship advice, any academic issues pertaining to your career, we are there. You can come and talk to us about them. We also teach skills. We are finding that a lot of young people are lacking essential skills for living. We can teach you how to resolve conflict. So among the skills that we teach are conflict resolution skills, assertiveness, social skills. There are so many students who don't know how to make friends. They become loners in the university. If you do not know how to make friends, please come. We are going to teach you how to make friends so that you do not become a loner in the university. Anger management, stress management, self-awareness and self-acceptance are things that we can also teach you. The bottom line is, anything that causes you to feel disturbed is worth taking to the counselor and talking about it. Our work is to ensure that you remain emotionally healthy through your 4 years of studies in Pwani University. We also want you to have less psychological disturbance on this journey. Note that counseling is for 100% normal people. We counsel normal people, but who are going through challenges and through problems in their lives. So when you come for counseling, there's no stigma. You don't need to feel stigmatized. Nobody needs to stigmatize any other person because they've come for counseling. As I've said, it's for people who are 100% normal, who are experiencing challenges in their lives. We all need counseling, so when your time comes, just approach the counselor or our peer counselors. Everything you say to us in counseling will be kept confidential. Before we start counseling, we always enter into a contract that what we speak about in counseling remains confidential, and we keep our promise. I want to give a little guidance with the permission of the Dean of Students as you begin your journey through Pwani University. Between now and the time we expect you to graduate, the other group has told me that's 2025. There are some things that may cause you not to reach your goal of graduating. And these are what I want to give guidance about. One thing that we ask you is that you prioritize your studies. You would not have known Pwani University if it were not for your studies. So as you go through your time in Pwani University, always choose to prioritize your studies. Never lose that goal. Never lose sight of that goal that you want to graduate after your 4 years of studies. Many start this journey, but they fail to finish, they fail to reach their goal of graduating just because they did not prioritize their studies. So from the beginning, work hard, keep your grades high. I have seen a lot of the dears and for years cry. Why? Because they wasted first year, second year, and as they go towards fourth year, they realize their grades have been so low, and they are going to graduate with a very low class. You don't need to reach there. Consistently perform well right from first year to the end of your 4 years so that you graduate with a first class or second class honors at the end of your 4 years. Any stress you encounter that makes you not prioritize your studies, please come and talk to us. We are here to keep you focused on your goal. I want to talk about your social life. Alongside your studies, we expect that you will have a social life. We ask you to learn to balance between your social life and your studies because both of them are important to you. but just learn to strike a balance. One of the things that you will encounter in your social life is the freedom. There is so much freedom in the university. We do not have bells to wake you up. We do not have parents or teachers to tell you what to do or what not to do. In the university, it is consequences that speak. Use your freedom wisely, because there will be consequences for misuse of that freedom. Use your newfound freedom to do not whatever you want to do, whenever you want to do, however you want to do, whenever you want to do. Instead, use this freedom responsibly to do what you ought to do. Do not use the freedom to destroy your life. We have seen many young people use this newfound freedom to destroy their lives. Use this freedom instead to build your life. A little about time management. You will have a lot of free time, a lot of idle time between classes, between semesters, and we ask you to look for a way to use your free time and to fill or occupy your idle time. Join as many clubs and societies as you can. If you come to the Dean of Students office, we will give you guidance on the clubs and societies, or you go to the PUSA leadership, they'll be able to give you that guidance. Join as many clubs to occupy your time. Participate in religious activities. I'm sure the CU, the YCS, the Muslim organization, the SDA, and the others many have introduced themselves to you. Join them and participate in their activities. It will help occupy your idle time. Participate in sports, drama, music, dance. There are so many activities in this university that can occupy your time. Volunteer even for charity work outside there as you get to know your environment. Use your time to improve yourself and to build new skills outside of your course. You are doing education. You need to be all around. Make sure you run things from the other courses as you prepare yourself to graduate. A little about peer pressure. There is a lot of peer pressure in the university. What I will ask of you from the beginning is that you be yourself. Resist any pressure to get yourself into trouble, to get yourself into habits, all behaviors, just to please your friends. Do not do something just to fit in or just to appear cool. Remember, when you do things as a mob, you will pay for the consequences alone. Your friends will not be there to help with the consequences. Always do something because you have chosen to do it, not because your friends have pressurized you to do it. When you do things from a point of choice, it is a point of power. Use your power of choice. Maisha is about personal choices. It is not harambe. Relationships. As you go through the university, many of you, because of the age at which you are, you will desire to get into relationships. However, allow me to give a word of caution about relationships. As you enter into these relationships, don't be too quick. Don't be too fast. Take your time to know the person you are entering into a relationship with. Many of you, I know, even before you joined, you've already gotten yourself into these relationships. Please take your time. We are not going anywhere in this life. There's no hurry. Let's take our time to know the people that we want to relate with so that we don't get into trouble. Maybe just 1 month, 2 months into the relationship, you are already in trouble. Why are you in trouble? Because you did not take time to know the person you are relating with. Take time to know the people you want to enter into a relationship with. Something else. These relationships are in the university, especially those that you enter into in the first and second years of studies. Many of them are temporal in nature. Many of them will end up breaking up. I usually say they will end up inevitably breaking up. It is not any fault of yours or the fault of the person you are relating to. It is because you are not done with growing up. You are still growing up. Mentally, emotionally, you are still growing up. And because of this, many of these relationships will inevitably break. When that happens, come and speak to us, because there will be pain with every relationship break. Don't harm yourself. Don't harm the person that has broken up with you. It may not be their fault. They've just grown up and become different, and they have changed. Just come and talk to us. We are going to help you with the pain so that you are able to move on with your life, and you let the other person move on with their lives. Do not harm one another because a relationship has broken. Another piece of advice: avoid investing too much into this relationship. Why young people are harming one another is because they are investing too much in these relationships, and I've said many of them are temporary. The greater the investment you make in this relationship, the greater the risk to your mental health when this relationship breaks. People are killing one another because of this investment. Keep off all dangerous relationships. Keep off love triangles. I know you are reading about what is happening even in the other universities. A lot of students are losing their lives because of love triangles. Please, keep off love triangles. It is not fun to put yourself in a dangerous position in relationships. Get out of any relationship where you suffer gender-based violence. Pwani University has zero tolerance to gender-based violence. If you suffer any gender-based violence, come for help, but also get out of that relationship. Don't allow anybody to mess you up. You are still quite young. Do not cohabit with one another. We have seen an increased trend of students cohabiting with one another, not only in Pwani University, but in all universities. Now, when you cohabit with one another, there are many dangers. You create a lot of problems for yourself. Why create problems for yourself when you are so young? For me, it is better even though you are friends. Stay in your own caprice, house, wherever it is. Let the other person stay in their house. If you will be relating, that is okay. But please stay on your own. Enjoy your independence while you are still young. Don't hit yourself while you are in the university, and therefore create for yourself a lot of problems. Ladies, postpone getting pregnant. You are here just for a very short 3 or 4 years. Why do you want to create a crisis for yourself? Jungling a child and studies is so hard. I have seen students go to sit for cats. With a child who is crying, they carry food, they carry a feeding bottle, and they are sitting on their cats. And I just look at that student and say, I wish you avoided so much trouble. Watoto sio wabaya. Children are not bad, but get them at the right time when you are emotionally available for the child and you are also more emotionally stable. Tell yourself as you begin this journey, if you are ready, that you will take whatever necessary action there is to ensure you do not get pregnant within the 4 years in the university. Even after 4 years, you'll still be a young person, and you can still go ahead and become a parent at that point. No parent, no guardian has brought their daughter to the university just for them to get pregnant while in the university, and yet they have not finished bringing you up. Please do not burden your parents unnecessarily. Let them finish bringing you up before you give them an extra mouth to feed. Do not disappoint your parents. They are counting on you to finish and graduate successfully. HIV, AIDS, and STIs. Be aware that the risk of getting HIV and STIs is still very much there. Sometimes students want to involve themselves with a lot of pressure until they forget about HIV and STIs. We have a VCT counselor. Her name is Madam Sarah Kazungu. We call her Sweet Sarah. Her office is at Resource Center, room number 10. If you ever get exposed through your choices or through choices that are not of your own, please immediately take action. Go and see her, and she will give you the necessary advice and take the necessary action so that you do not get HIV or even get pregnant. Should you ever get raped, I pray nobody gets raped. But if you ever get raped, please don't keep quiet. Please go and see Madam Sarah. If you will not go to Madam Sarah, find your way to Kilifi County Hospital. Let them know so that they give you the necessary medication so that you don't get pregnant from the rape and you do not get HIV. So don't keep quiet when you get raped. Get help. Come and talk to us and we'll give you the necessary guidance. Drugs, substances, and alcohol. There are plenty of drugs around our university in Kilifi, just like any university in Kenya. The government has been unable to stop the supply. We at Pwani University may not be able to stop the supply. But we want to tell you, you have the power of choice. Even though the supply of drugs is very high in our environment, you have the power to say no. Please use your power of choice to keep yourself free from drugs and substances. Do not lie to yourself. We have young people lying to yourself that bangi cannot affect you in any way. That is a lie from the devil. I have seen students go berserk. In the last 1 month, 2 students have gone berserk. Nimeitiwa students wametoa nguo kwa barabara. Ukichunguza bangi and other drugs. Why waste your life in that particular way? Please use your power of choice. I have said there is a lot of bangi around our university, just like anywhere else in Kenya. Use your power of choice. Do not get into drugs because you're going to get addicted, and at the end of the day, it is going to waste you. However, many of us are joining the university when we are already addicted from secondary school. Some of us, while we are in secondary school, we already have started drugs. Please, come, seek help before the addiction becomes a big hole, which you'll find hard to get out of. Let me talk a little about alcohol. If you walk around Kilifi, there are so many wines and spirits shops and a lot of clubs around Kilifi. We also have a lot of mnazi joints. If you must drink, please learn moderation. I will ask those that feel you must drink, come and I will teach you to drink in moderation. We do not want you to become alcoholic. If you cannot abstain from alcohol, moderate your use of alcohol. Do not watch yourself become an alcoholic. I'll talk about 2 cases because you are teachers. 2 students who are unable to complete their TP. You may hear this from your school because they are so much into alcohol, they go to school in the morning when they are drunk. And they came here and we have helped them. Some of them have gone back and finished their TP. Why leave yourself to reach that level? I have said, if you cannot abstain, please moderate your use of alcohol. Keep off mnazi joint. We have very bad stories about what has happened to students in mnazi joint. Keep off. Even though there's alcohol is cheap, it is a very dangerous joint. Fighting addiction is an uphill task. Why allow yourself to get addicted? Say no to addiction from the beginning. I think the Dean of Students will be talking to you about the ocean. Dean? Yes, I will skip about the ocean. He's going to tell you more about the ocean. I will just give a piece of advice about accommodation. Many of you come wanting to stay outside the university. My advice to you is, at least for this semester or for this year, stay within the university hostels. Why? People out there know how to smell out first years. They'll just look at you and know this is a first year, this is a first year. They have a way of knowing it. That already makes you so vulnerable when you decide to stay out there. If I were you, I would stay within the university and first learn my environment. It's so important for you to first learn the environment before you throw yourself out there. So my advice is, please, if you can, stay within the hostels. It is safe for you because you are still very vulnerable when you are a first year in the university. As you go through your 4 years, let your values guide you. Your parents have given you a lot of values. Your teachers have given you a lot of values. The religious teachers, wherever you go to, have given you values. Don't throw your values out of the window because you have come to the university. Values are supposed to be a moral compass for you. Make your decisions, make your choices around your values. They will help you not make so many mistakes with your young life. Another guide is your intuition. Your intuition is a small voice inside of you that tells you, please don't get into a relationship with this guy. Please don't go to this place. Please don't go to this guy's place. Don't get involved with this guy. Please don't do this, don't do that. Many times we ignore it, but it is usually right. If inside you feel something is not right, please do not do that which you are being warned about. We call it intuition. It guides you about people and about situations. Lastly, learn to ask. Ask, ask, ask what you do not know. But I give you a warning. Not everybody is trustworthy. Even within the university, not everybody is trustworthy. You'd rather walk into one of our offices and ask. Ask from reliable people who will not misguide you, who will not take advantage of you. So whatever you do not know, please, we are ready to guide you and to give you the answers. We have put you in WhatsApp groups. Now, in those WhatsApp groups, we want to add our Dean of Students and other administrators. But as I look at them as of now, we are having a lot of unnecessary chatter. Please, those WhatsApp groups are not supposed to be just for chatter. They are supposed to help you. In case you want to ask a question from ICT, we have some of them on board, they will answer you. If you want to ask anything from the Dean of Students, from the counselor, from the administrators, they will be able to guide you. Please, let's keep those WhatsApp groups professional. Otherwise, it is going to be hard for some of us to help you. Use them to ask your way around, to ask questions around your stay in the university. Help us to give you guidance. Sometimes I open and there are about 200 messages from each. But when I go through them, hakuna kitu. Nobody is asking a question I can answer. And I was wondering whether they are being used for what we set them up for. Use those WhatsApp groups. We really helped the second years, those that were before you, with those WhatsApp groups. Please use them professionally. We are there in those groups. Avoid posting anything that is indecent, anything that is unnecessary. For your side chats, use your inboxes for that, so that we are able to help you at least for this 1 year. I want to say something, don't take offense, but many of the psychologists these days are saying that people are not using their common sense. So I will say around this university, use more of your common sense, and you will have a safe passage up to your 4th year, up to 2025, when we expect you to graduate. Remember, some of the choices you will make today may last, the effects may last for the rest of your life. You are a young person, maisha ni yako, but be careful, because it is your own life that you make, or it is your own life that you destroy. Be careful with your choices. You have freedom of choice, but be very, very careful with your choices so that you don't mess up your life. If you have your phone, please, I would want you to save my number, 0721 83 9327. Again, 0721 83 9327. You can send a question on WhatsApp. You can talk about your problem on WhatsApp. We do it these days. You can call, you can SMS. Do it during working hours, 8 to 5. But if you have any crisis, you can call me on Saturdays in case of a crisis, Sundays. You can call me out of office hours. You can even call me at night in case you have a crisis. Only in case you have a crisis. If you don't have a crisis, please wait for the next day, and then we can talk about it. So once more, reach out, talk out, speak out your problems, and you are going to have your mental health for the rest of your stay in Pwani University. Asanteni sana, God bless you. Karibuni Pwani University.
Now, I want to thank you so much, Madam Winnie. And she has finished with giving you her number, so we are that much committed. But then do not abuse this number by calling in the middle of the night only to ask, where is the administration block? Is that a crisis? It is not a crisis. But if you have a problem and it is that late and you don't have any other person to help you, we are free. I will also be giving my number at the end of this talk. I want to talk for about 20 minutes. And the good thing, if you come to speak when many people have spoken, most of the points have been covered. But I want to talk generally and make sure that nothing has been left out of this orientation. And as I speak here, I said I'm talking to you guys, but this thing is being transmitted to all the students wherever they are. I know there are some students who are in the halls in the morning. Now they are being spoken to by their deans. They are off live, but there are so many other students who are out there who are free at the moment, so they are also following this presentation as we so speak. I haven't seen what I expected, but I think I'm talking to .com students, because I expected somebody to have a notebook and to be noting down what we are saying, because these are things that happen only once. But nyinyi mmekuja nyinyi wenyewe, the way you are. I don't want to use the word naked, but I've already used it. Use like you've come naked and that's all, which is here, but I can see you have your phones. I like to begin with the challenges, some of the challenges that you will experience. And I wanted you to note down this. First challenge, which students come to my office after a week or so, is I don't have money. Challenge number one, I don't have money. Now you look at me. Do I look like somebody who has money? I don't have that nini. So when you come to me, you know the answer. I also don't have. So what do? Do we go and break the bank? Me and you? Because I don't have money, you also don't have money. Please discuss with your guardians, parents, and organize yourself financially, because you're expected to take care of your upkeep, and that demands money. Up to now, I know you have paid your fees for this semester, so you may not have too much. Parents saved, they can carry you over this semester, but next semester, that's where things become mountains, and the people are running up and down. Hawana pesa. I don't have money, neither do you have money. Let us see how you can get money and finance your studies and also your upkeep. Number two, students come to me saying, I feel disconnected. This place high, it is a mountain, it's a really difficult place. Temperatures are high, joto sana. The programs, I don't understand them. Mara we are here, Mara we are there, Mara we are there. What is this, Dean? What is happening? So they feel disconnected from the reality or what they were used to. There are no bells, I said. Look at the program. Get connected with the system. Don't feel disconnected. Okay? You feel disconnected when you do what Madam Winnie has said, that you are alone and you continue being alone, and you really don't want to get into the system so well. You are so scared. Yes, it's good to be that scared, to be worried, but not too scared that you cannot even talk to us and we help you. Yes, number 3, students come to me to ask, I'm unable to manage time, prioritization, and staying healthy. We shall be taking you through the counseling, and the peer counselors and peer educators will be teaching you how to manage your time. But it's good from today you create your own timetable. Look at the official timetable and create your own timetable. You should not be that person who has no program of activities, such that if Rebecca comes and says, situende hivi, you're already waking up, you want to go there. John comes, situende hivi, you also want to go there. Michael comes, you see, yesterday we were somewhere at the Naivas place and we saw nice things, you also want to go there. No. Huyo ni mtu ambaye hana msimamo. You should have a stand and a position. What you want to do for yourself. Okay? I'm just discussing some of the challenges. Number 4, which I find weird and funny, is that I cannot manage the academics. The way I saw the professors teach, and I am so confused, Mwalimu. What do I do? I was also there a bit, I got confused here and there, but I managed to get my act right by staying alert. So things are not going to be easy. Things are going to be difficult. But we say, what do we say? When things are difficult, the difficult should get going. And you should be among the tough. Because this is a place where at times we say only the tough of the toughest will survive. The rest will pack and go. That is obvious. Hata wanaongea tu vizuri hapa. Hawa jamaa wamekuwa hapa wengi tu wanaongea tu vizuri. Lakini when the rubber meets the road is when you realize that it is a university. And you have to be tough. Okay? This is not a high school. Yourself. So, I'm just alerting you, in as much as the deans and the lecturers are saying we can talk, we can help you here and there, sometimes they may not be available to do that. But they can guide, just give a general guide and expect you to follow suit. Dig and get the mine, the minerals. We have the mine and you need to dig to get those minerals yourself. Don't expect people to do that for you. So this question, I don't want to get it, or this challenge, I don't want to get it from you. Then there's the issue of social and cultural diversity. We have come, in the morning I said there are people from Turkana, Wapi, they have all come here. They have their way of doing things. You have your way of doing things because you come from a certain place. There's that diversity. Please learn to accommodate, particularly those who are on campus or they have been paired somehow by default, wherever they are staying. Unaangalia ujamaa, anakaa Turkana, unaanza kufikiria hii Turkana hii ni aina gani? But these are Kenyans. Okay? So there are strengths and weaknesses of each one of us. Let us capitalize on the strengths, and let us not look at the weaknesses. And let's create a synergy. Umejipata kwa room, uko na stranger, lakini Mkenya, anaongea kama wewe, mpate kujuana, and then don't be lured to things which you think, according to you, they are not right. Only what is right. Please join hands with your friend or your neighbor and do. What you think is breaking the law, please don't do it, and help that neighbor or that friend to get out of it. If you know that this guy is trading on dangerous grounds, msaidie ajitoe pale. Okay? One thing, not the last, but we are still continuing. You are going to have online classes, like the big classes. Most of them will be carried online. And that is why we are already introducing you to an orientation which is also online. The teacher will come or will go to a studio and will be captured by these guys or ICT, and you will be expected to be wherever you are, in your room, with your with the whiteboard, and then you see the calculations that the teacher is doing or is giving. It will be through your phone. Okay? So that's a challenge that you should expect. Particularly if you came to this university and that you qualify to come to this university. If you have come and you don't qualify, you know it will be a police. The program. I remember somebody who came here and I don't know what he did. He was like, I think I came with students. And then when he went to I looked at him, my person said, you have done so well in science, physics, chemistry, Israel is a B class and a C class in history. So no. Huko mambo ni baya. Then I knew there's a problem here. But anyway, we assisted the students. I directed the student to the registrar, and I hope he was assisted because he never came back. So I don't know if the system tapped him out or what happened. said, and I don't want to go too much, comparing oneself to others and becoming discouraged. There's one lady who came to me and said, hey, I don't know, but those days we used to keep 4 students in one room. Sasa amejipata yeye ni wa kutoka Budelani, somewhere deep in Budelani. That was 4 years ago. And then she has been kept in the room with the people from Nairobi. And you know, the Nairobians, the way they do their things, you see, and the way they do their hair, you see, yeye yake ni short kama yangu. Na amevaa zile nguo za kwenda kanisani kila wakati. Na hao wanavaa zile zingine. Sasa nashindwa atazipataje zile zao. Itakuwaje? So comparing yourself with others and then you feel discouraged. No, don't do that. Do what you can, because you are here on your own. If you are not different, you are good. Your chance will come if it is to dress that way. So there are issues of dress codes, designs, the kind of, shirts and trousers and blouses. Zile za wale, who are these famous musicians and artists in this country called Kenya and Tanzania? There are so many. How? Na wewe unataka kuvaa hizo? No, this is not your time. Your time will come. Don't be discouraged. Hair grooming, mwalimu hapa ameongea. You are a teacher and you are not presentable. Imagine even walking style and talking. Somebody is concerned about that. Just talk the way you talk. Don't say, you know, I'm afraid when I talk in class, people laugh at me. Many people laugh at me when I talk, but I don't find any challenge with that. Just talk. Don't find yourself not talking because you think you come from the village. Everybody comes from a village here, by the way. Hata ukiwa Nairobi, there's a village where you come from. So everybody comes from a village. Me, I also come from a village. And I'm very proud of that village. Maybe I'll tell you which village I come from later. Okay, then having difficulties to manage relationships, both at home and at the university. She has mentioned it here, but I think she was so much on the university side. But you have come from a village. If you are a gentleman, there's a lady umeacha kwa mtaa huko kwa village, alikuwa girlfriend yako. Hapo umekuja, najua umeangalia already, you are looking. If you are a girl, you also come from a village. There was a boy who was always in your compound. Your mother has talked about it. You've refused to, stop it. Your dad has talked about it. You've refused to stop it. Now you have come to Pwani. You are also looking. Yeah? Yule guy, anakam smart. Sijui nini. Now managing that can be an issue. And one day that village boy or that village girl may decide to come. Akisema yeye umemwacha huko kwa village, anasema I am so proud. You know what, my girlfriend, my boyfriend has gone to the university bwana. You see? They are telling stories to their peers. And then, kuna deal imeingiliana, wacha nikamwone Rebecca. Kuna deal imeingiliana, wacha nikamwone John, Pwani University. You see? You have to balance. I don't know how you do it. I don't have a formula. I'm an animal scientist. I don't think I know anything about balancing those things. But see what to do. That can be a very serious matter. Then I think lastly, I finish with the second last, is the issue of crime, drug and alcohol abuse. Sometimes it can affect you, sometimes it can affect the person you are staying with. So I'm talking about both. Don't indulge yourself into this. And if you're in this, please get out of it. Try to get out of it. She's here to help you. We have helped so many. Why not you? Why not help you? Yeah? So don't go into crime. Sometimes I've talked to so many students who have been in this issue. It's about wanting money. Wash, eh? Ile haraka haraka. Wash. Si nyinyi wa Kenya, mnajua hiyo maneno? Wash money, people will start luring you into that. Abungu talked, the registrar talked about munazi. It's all over and cheap. Wangapi wamekunwa jana over the weekend? Always you don't raise up your hand. But me, I come from a family of magicians. I'm the only one who went to school. The rest are magicians. I can pick you from the crowd. If I so wish, I can pick you from the crowd. Niseme wewe jana ulienda kwa mangwe na ukakunwa hiyo kitu kaonja. It is sweet, but after the third mboko or the third peg or the third bottle, you are singing all the circumcision songs from your village. So be careful. Try to avoid going into this thing. I have cases of students who have failed to graduate because of this. And they even graduated to become sellers. They are running mangwes of that business. Please avoid it. It is so addictive because it is cheap. And sometimes you don't need to buy. Just present yourself in a drinking den and people are willing to share with you whatever they have. Because it's so difficult. You can't finish one bottle alone. 750 meals alone. Wewe utakuja hapa walking upside down. I can assure you. And it is both ladies and gents. I have cases of students, I remember, because I told you I've been here for some time. I remember a lady who came here the first 2007. Hiyo kesi huwa inaniuma mpaka leo, mpaka kesho. Itaendelea kuniuma. This lady, we postponed the opening 3 times. And this lady was there every time. And until the third time I had to keep the bag for her. Naambia wewe nenda nyumbani, let the bag stay in my office. When you come, you'll pick it and do the registration. Because you carry it home, come postponement, will come postponement. But you know that lady never graduated. Never graduated. She went into drugs. She went into prostitution. She contracted HIV, AIDS, and that is the end of the story. I just got a message from the mom when she passed away, just before she concluded her studies. It pains me up to today, because that is somebody very close to me. And you know what? At some point before things went higher, she was connected to one of the richest person in Kilifi. And I met with them on a plane. When I was flying to Nairobi, she was also on that plane. And I'd be at dinner, hata mimi niko hapa. Then I was so happy. Nikasema, yeah. This is great, bwana. But then I saw the gentleman. Then I said, oh, this one. Things are bad. But it was too late for me because she was already infected. I talked to the girl. She wasn't aware of it. Akanambia Dean, basi wacha I'll go and take a test. And she did that, and she came and told me it happened, I'm already infected. We were not so aggressive then because our office was so small. I think I could have saved the girl, but we relied so much on the county hospital, and they were not so keen. But anyway, that is what happened. I cannot keep on regretting about this. It happened. So please don't go into it, and try and avoid where possible. It happens for both the men and also the females. For the men, I remember a case where this was from Kitale, a gentleman from Kitale, from a mother, a family of just a mother, and he was the only son and child of that woman. That's why I can remember. You know, there are some things so unique you can never forget. But this one, he didn't graduate, but he went home with a very old lady as the wife, and two sons, two kids. Ilibidi mama aje abebe. Sasa badala ya kubeba mtoto wake na degree, akambeba mtoto mkaza mwana who is older than almost the same age with the mother, and two kids. So you can see the agony which this woman went. I have not had any contact with them to know what happened thereafter. But I remember that case. I will never forget about it. Then lastly, for the challenges, I talked about the ocean. Robert talked about the ocean. She has also talked about the ocean. I think Dean Ruto also mentioned about the ocean. This place is called Kilifi, and is a corruption of the word cliff. The Muzungus who are coming, they're coming to say they have discovered Mount Kenya. They didn't discover anything in Kilifi except the cliffs, if they were discovering. But there were people here and they knew. So what was strange for them is the cliffs, which were on the land and also under the water. So they said, this is a place of cliffs. Sasa wenyeji wakashindwa kusema hii cliff. Wasema hapa ni Kilifi. So that's where the name Kilifi came from. Now, what is of interest is that down there are caves and those cliffs, and then there are very strong undercurrents which are hitting those cliffs and sharpening them like blades. If you swim there, they are so sharp like blades. Now, the water is just rotating at a very high speed. Those who have done physics, they know this. And you may see some calmness at the top, but underground there, ni mbaya sana. That is what I can say. Because even the best swimmers in Kenya Navy have died in Kilifi. How did I know this? We lost a student who stayed there for 4 days, until by the time he was coming out, the fish had done their part in terms of consuming the soft parts of the body. And I called, like everybody in this country called Kenya. I was just about to convince the Vice Chancellor that we need now to call South Africa and get the best swimmer, because we can't continue as a university teaching and learning when we know one of our students is in the water. Walikuwa my comrades hapo anambia Dean, no learning until we get our colleague. Naambia sawa, but how do we get this colleague? So wanaambia twende huko kwa bahari, atatoka tu. Kumbe jamaa kwa bahati mbaya ameenda ile boxer yake amevaa imeenda imeshikwa na one of the cliffs. So the guy is dangling like this. The water is coming, cannot be released. He is there. And he's so deep inside. So when I called Kenya Navy, they came and, wakanambia Dean, hapa, we have lost our soldiers, some of the best soldiers in swimming. This mchezo inaitwa customs. You will hear of customs area from the ferry, from the bridge. As you come, then the right hand side or the left-hand side as you are going out. From the bridge, that area is called the customs, all the way to a place they call Mazingira. That beach is the worst. And even on this other side of the bridge, on the western side, that actually place is supposed to be a harbor. And the Chinese came here. You know, Chinese are everywhere. They have been working in that place for the last 4 years, and they are dredging, digging under the water to make it more deep, so that big ship or ships can be able to anchor there and offload their cargo. So if you have seen a coconut tree, you've seen a coconut tree, isn't it? You can bring down about 4 or 6 of them. Na utaiona huku juu. Zitakuwa zimezikika huko chini. So you can estimate the depth. It is not easy. Avoid the ocean at all cost. Please save me this year that I don't make any arrangements to take somebody home dead because of the ocean. Ugonjwa sawa, that one I will work with you because I think that is more or less natural. But the act of jumping into the water is a decision that you make. And please avoid it where necessary because it is really bad. Every year. Now, what hits me, and I hope nobody is saying that right now. Last time, we actually lost 2 last year. And as we are talking like this, my team, Winnie and others, were with the students where they are seated, because we are doing it somewhere outside. And then a student was telling the other one, my member of staff heard this. Huyu dini amalize ili tuende huko. Amalize hii mazungumzo yake so that we go there. I don't know whether that is the person who died, but I hope not. But please avoid it at all costs. Avoid going to the ocean. It is bad. I've been here for those years. I don't swim here. I swim in other places. Like we have Jomo Kenyatta Public Beach. If I take my children there, I also do the swimming there. There are divers also helping people there. Malindi, there's a beach. There are also divers who are helping people there, but not this place here. It is a place of cliffs. Please avoid swimming there. Okay, let us switch to some welfare matters as you join the university. Again, this is a recap. You have already been spoken to on these issues. I'm just in the second last slide. You are here, you have already paid your fees, you've presented your documents. As I said, if you are not genuine, find your way out. Please make sure they capture you, the ICT guys, for ID cards. So the images are being captured. Make sure that you get that done to you. I think for this slide, many things have been said, except the last one, which says do the basics for your academic endeavors, getting the right gadgets. If it is a laptop, if it is a smartphone, iPad, please get them, because most of the units, like the common units, will be aired or taken online, and you need to follow that. And then when you buy those things, take care of them. Si ununue alafu naziacha. They will find a way. They will grow some legs. Already, I'm told there are some laptops which went. over the weekend and whatever. And these people were cheated. Somebody came and said, guys, I'm one of you. I want to I'll be staying here with you guys. Can somebody go and buy chips and outside there? Then both of them volunteered in the room. Wakapewa pesa, wakaambiwa nendeni mkalete chips na soda kila mmoja, alafu tukuje tujienjoy. Then we shall be going to Mtwapa. We show you the place, very nice for students. So when they came back, they just saw the room. There was no bag, there was no laptop, there were no phones. Please be careful. Guard your properties. Guard your properties. Even when you are going out to take a shower, for those who are staying on campus, take care of your lockers, take care of your door, make sure that it is locked. And even those who are staying outside, it is equally not safe. I have so many cases also of students who have just been robbed off by other people. They think they are students. Kumbe they are strangers, and they come from that side. They come with you guys as you come down. Because I don't think many of those people around here, they have those funny ideas of doing or convincing people easily. Okay? I managed to say something about adjust and adapt the new life. So that should be something that is ringing. I think for this slide again, 2 points have not been discussed so much. Rules and regulations of the university. Rules and regulations of the university. I am at pains as the Dean of Students when I am called to Students' Disciplinary Committee and a student has been caught cheating in an examination. Now I'm there and the student is expecting me to defend. Were we together when you were cheating? I defend you for what? I'm telling you now, I can defend you for other things, but examinations, I don't want to compromise with the quality of education. This is the starting point of people saying those students from this university and that university, they are half-baked. If we compromise on the academics, when things become tough, get more tougher. Don't survive because of Makenya. Mnasema degree ni harambee. Hiyo harambee hiyo, kwa heshima ya Mwenyezi Mungu na mzee Kenyatta the senior, iende na mzee. Maanake mzee ndiye alitupatia harambee tujenge Kenya. Harambee. Lakini si kwa hii masomo. Hakusema tufanye kwa hii masomo. Ati wewe unabeba inaitwa nini mwa Kenya kwa darasa na unajua unafanya mtihani, then you pass it to your friend, your girlfriend. For sure that one I will not. Let me defend you for other things which maybe you may be mentioned in them. That one I'm very much capable. And when you ask your senior students, they'll tell you that is the place, that is the person who can get you out of the forest if you are lost there. Because when you go to the forest, what did you find there? There are some wild animals. Iko mafisi huko, simba, watakurarua bila mchezo. Na wamekuwa hapa tu, wameketi hapa, mkifikiria ni wazuri sana. But if you mess with the exams, they will not spare you. Because they also went through the same system. They became doctors and professors because they worked hard. They want you to work hard. not just get things through Makenyas. Sawa sawa. Lakini issues zingine, I will get you out of the forest. If I know the case, I'll get to see how to help you. But again, also not the drugs and not the alcohol, mnazi. Sometimes students do things, very funny things. I talked like this, and somebody went and took mnazi. Then he came kicking the street lights, and azichapa mateke zote kutoka gate mpaka kwa hostel. Just literally kicking them. Until he was arrested. Now the evidence is there, CCTVs are there. The watchmen were also watching. How do you defend this student? Don't put me in those difficult situations. Then there are policies about how you move from one level to the other level, whether diploma, certificate, or degree. There are policies which guide. Read these things. They are in the website. Sasa hii website, many of you have been calling me. Najua mnapata hii number kwa hiyo website na student handbook, and the senior students, they like giving out my number. I have no problem with that. But this website has so many things and is managed by these people. We post so many things there. Be a frequent user. Be a frequent visitor to this website. We understand that. Last time I said that, and when I was asking for questions, they were asking me, sasa umetuambia tuwe tunaenda kwa website. Hii website iko wapi? Where do we get it? In Kibaoni, or where do we get website? Website is wherever you are. As long as you have bundles, you should be able to reach the university website and get the messages as they are given out. Kilifi is a hospitable place. Very nice people, very welcoming. The only place in the country, and I always say this, I'll keep on talking about it. Me, I don't come from this place. I come from a village a little bit far away, almost 40 kilometers away from here. I came here just to work. But I found these people here, they are totally different. It is the only place where you can ask for a way, and somebody stops what he is doing or she is doing, and she shows you the way. Mimi niliona maajabu sana. Whereas I spend a lot of time going up country, where even greeting somebody is a problem. Unamsalimia mtu anakuambia, unasema nini? What are you saying? Oh, I was just saying hi to you. Hii salamu mingi hii achana nayo. Tell me what you want me to do. You see? But these people have a way of, stop greeting. They don't finish their greetings. You can continue and continue and continue. They have time. But that should not take you or carry you away. There are some who are not good, and majority are people who have come, and they may use that opportunity to lure you into doing things which are not right. But Kilifians are generally very nice people. So try to avoid some of those things. Another thing to avoid, I'm in the last slide, and I'm talking about things which you should avoid. Please, where possible, pray so hard you avoid getting sick. That can affect your studies. Malaria is one of the problems you have in this region. And malaria is transmitted by mosquitoes. If you can avoid bites of mosquitoes, the better for you. You don't get sick. And if you don't stay too much outside late in the night. And then when you fall sick, it's good that you have an insurance NHIF has been doing so well. So far, so good. If your parents are eligible, please get to know that. If not, please, if possible, discuss with them. You buy yourself a policy to cover you for small ailments here and there. I think it costs 500 shillings per month. Is it per month? Yes, per month for students who are in the university. If you don't have a policy for your parents. Okay? If you can get a better policy, well and good. Yes, things to avoid. Things, yes. Some tips on how to work on the challenges. I've talked about these other things. Be a good planner. Join clubs and societies. That one I had not talked about it. It will help you. There are societies for students from different regions identified through the counties. Mimi sipendi mambo ya tribal associations. And the senior students will tell you that dean does not want to hear a Baluya association, Kikuyu Students Association. But I'm so comfortable hearing about Busia County Students Association, Western Region Students Association, Mount Kenya Region Students Association. Those ones I'm ready to work with, I'm ready to support. Lakini ukiniambia ingine, hiyo sitaki na sitakubali, and that is the policy of the university. Because a student could be, this Kenya has now become cosmopolitan. I have even my own brother in Kisumu, they don't know Luo as a language, but they have lived there. My own brother, and decided to live in Kisumu. I bought a shamba, married to a Kikuyu, and they're staying in Kisumu. Where do you want them to go? The Kikuyu Association or the Luo Association? They should be in the Kisumu County Students Association. The children of this brother of mine. There they'll be comfortable, because even the CDF bursaries, they'll get from Kisumu County. So that one I'm keen. Then on the tips to survive sports and games, we are a powerhouse in the region. Please join us if you are good in sports, so that we keep our name and position. If you come to my office, there are so many trophies. We win everywhere, not only in Kenya, but even in Africa. In chess, we are good in Africa. In taekwondo, we are so good in Africa. So we are not even talking of coast region, not talking of Kenya. We are talking of Africa, and we have African champions in this university. But we don't go to the mountain to talk about it. When you join us, you'll get to know about that. Okay? So get involved in the university. This is your home. And we are here to give you the necessary support. If you also want to do business, do the clean businesses, if I may call them that way. We have a market here every Saturday called Mkoroshoni. I've sponsored about 3 students who are so desperate. I wish I told them to come here today, muwaone. There are those people who used to come to me, I don't have money. Sina pesa. Na ukimwangalia kweli for 3 days, this guy has not eaten. He's so down completely. So I decided to experiment. And out of my poverty, I got some money and I gave them. It was 1,000 each. 3,000 is not so much. And at least my wife did not complain about the budget that month. But now they are doing so well. They're just selling once in a week. and they are selling things which are not available in Kilifi. One was from Nyanza. He's bringing the dry fish from Nyanza, and he's selling there. Once in a week, akifika yeye mzigo yake imeletwa na hii inaitwa nini hii basi inaenda huko Simba Coach. Inaletwa na Simba Coach. Yeye anachukua mzigo Saturday, anaenda anauza. He doesn't miss classes. The boy is now so smart. He's dressed in the smart way you would expect, and he has money to buy food. Sometimes he comes, he wants to buy food for me. Namwambia, hiyo weka, pelekea mama kwa nyumbani. Because with me, I am okay. But they appreciate. 3 of them. 2 from Nyanza and 1 from Kilifi across Tana River, Sabaki River. He's also doing the same, but selling at home, because it comes from the dry part of Kilifi, and therefore is doing business there. So you can also do some good business and survive. We'll give you ideas. Me and Winnie, we shall give you ideas if you want. Tena free for free. We don't charge. We don't charge. Okay. I think this is getting the last slide. How do we support all these offices which have come here? They are supporting you. Me and Winnie, we are from the same office. Slightly different when it comes to the counseling, but we work together. We are doing mentorship. We can mentor you. We are also linked to other institutions where we can also once in a while join you with some NGOs and institutions where you can be assisted as a student, faith-based organizations, professional bodies. We are also trying to coordinate career advisory services so that you get into your career. We are working with the departments on that matter so that we support you when it comes to career. Lastly, we have a Pwani University Students Association. I think they talked to you yesterday or Saturday. They talked to you. They did some orientation. This is a students association. It's under the Dean of Students Office. I'm also a member of PUSA, so I'm the senior comrade. Comrades Power. I'm Juyo. Comrades Power. Yes, I'm also there. And when we say Comrades Power, we don't mean we go hitting people or going striking or whatever. We are saying we want to work together so that we also graduate together. That is the comrade power that I talk about myself. I'm the ex-official member and also sitting in the executive of PUSA to support your programs. So join us when we want you to do that. And then I am looking forward that I've spoken to you today, and I'll be able to speak to you briefly tomorrow. Tomorrow the Vice Chancellor will be speaking to all the students. I will be there to usher in him. You guys, you'll be following this live, and I would request that you gather in this hall with your gadgets. The streaming will be taking place. I'm not so sure whether we do it here. Before I came here, there was some change of program, most likely to be done somewhere else, but you're free to sit here. You're free to sit in the gardens and follow this proceeding. That is the climax of the reporting. Yeah. So you will still come to this hall. It will be projected. Now they are going to put a projector. You see, I came with my laptop. I thought we'll project. But tomorrow they'll put a projector here. for you to watch live the proceedings, but it will be done from another point. So I think that is the end of my talk, and I would like to stop at that point, having lost some 25 minutes, which I really regret of losing. But as we end, is there anybody? First of all, give me my claps, one. Thank you. I'm also feeling happy and honored like the other deans. Now, it's open for interaction. If there are any questions on any issues cutting across your being here, I can take one or two questions. So if you raise up your hand, we can bring the mic to you, and then we end the session with those questions. Any hand, anywhere? Any hand, anywhere? No? We are okay? We are satisfied? God bless you abundantly. Thank you. Asanteni.
They were told in the morning by a boom. The dresses are long, but they're going
Short. Yeah? Yeah. Yeah, I've been reminded of one thing, two or three, but I'll just talk about one. When I was asking in the morning, did I get somebody from Busia? Busia? Somebody from Busia? Somebody from, which is this other place? Bungoma? Or 2, 3, 4. Okay. Somebody from the northern part, Turkana? Turkana? Mandera? Wajir? Wajir? Okay. Somebody from Lamu? Okay. There are no ladies from these places. The hands I've seen are all men. What's happening? Where are the ladies coming from? They are coming from Mariakani. Yeah, maybe I can just see. You said we are from Wajir. Wajir, one from Bungoma and one from Lamu. Those three, I would like to do something with them tomorrow morning. So after this, can I see those? Otherwise, all the best for you. Let us meet tomorrow, the same venue for the matriculation process by the Vice Chancellor. God bless you.
For the way that you love and the way that you come, for all that you've done you're to. My heart pours out. Thank you. You don't have to come.